Okay, I believe y'all just got through talking to Tim Hudson. I just want to congratulate Tim. Being a part of our baseball program, that's a really big deal. Not just for our baseball program, but for Auburn. I think it's a real special deal. He's a great addition. I also like to congratulate Bruce Pearl on a big win last night in a very tough place to play. And then, of course, I got an opportunity to be there Saturday, and I've been at Auburn a long time, and that was one of the best, if not the best, basketball environment since I've been here. It was really unbelievable with game day being here, and then the pressure that goes with that to play a big team like Kentucky and then play a great game and win. That's really something. So hats off to Bruce Pearl, his staff, basketball team. Very special day. We signed 3 players today to add to a class that I feel like it's one of the best classes we've had since I've been here. Starting out with a tight end, Brandon Frazier. He's got a 3.67 GPA, 6'7", 250. This guy can really do some things after he catches the ball. Very athletic. I think he was the player of their conference last year in basketball. A guy that was committed to Coach Morris for a long time, and then, of course, came here and really excited about what he can do, with his physical attributes. A defensive lineman, Dre Butler, a junior college player. Really feel like we needed some, guys that had experience, losing the guys that we had. And Dre is a guy that was a big-time basketball player in high school itself. One of the best junior college players at any position this year. Just a wonderful person, wonderful family. We're very excited about Dre and getting him here. And, of course, Marquise Burks, another junior college player, more of an internal guy. Really felt like he's got big-time athleticism, very good athlete, really gets after the quarterback. So we really think that he's got a chance to really help us. And then, of course, didn't get a chance to really talk about our defensive end, Jay Hardy, the last signing day. He actually signed, but he was trying to keep it quiet so he could have a celebration with his teammates today, and obviously it got out. But he is a wonderful player, wonderful person. He's also a basketball player, very athletic. Team won a state championship. He had a lot to do with that, so we're very excited to add him to our guys. We've signed 26, and we possibly could still take a grad transfer, offensive lineman or corner. So we'll see where that goes with that. But just hats off to our staff. They did a wonderful job recruiting. And then, of course, Levon Harbin, head of our recruiting, and Levon and the rest of the staff just did a wonderful job. And not just the type of players, but even more important, the type of people they are. And this is a very high character class. I know I said that last time, but very excited about that. A couple updates. Spring practice starts on March 16th. The spring game will be April 11th. I believe it's going to be at 3 p.m. The exciting thing for me is we're going to be honoring our 2010 National Championship team that day. That's a 10-year reunion. Very excited about that. We're also going to have a celebration at Toomer's Corner with our fans as soon as the A-Day game is over. So that's going to be a real special time to get all those guys back. And it's kind of funny how time flies 10 years ago, and it goes really quick. So real excited about that. A couple updates on players. Sean Shivers, he will participate in spring football. Last year he just ran track. He's at track now. He'll come back for spring practice, and then he'll actually start running meets after spring practice. Anthony Schwartz will do like he did last year. He's track full time with that. So we're excited to have Sean going through spring practice. Another update, just to confirm, Booby Whitlow has entered the transfer portal. He's looking for a fresh start somewhere else. We appreciate his time here. We wish him nothing but the best. And just overall, like I said, it's a very big day. Like I said at the first, I really believe this is one of the best classes that we've had since I've been here. We needed some guys that could come in and help immediately. We did that with some junior college players, but at the same time, we feel like the majority of these freshmen can come in here and help us immediately with that. And obviously, we have 10 early enrollees that are off to a very good start. I know Coach Russell, obviously, he has a high standard, and just talking to him, he's very impressed with the guys' work ethic, character, and everything that goes with that. So And like I said at Senior Bowl, very excited about Chad Morris being here. Chad's going to run the offense. I'm very excited about his leadership. I know our players are too, and so really looking forward to gearing up, for spring practice. Questions?
Gus, what stands out most to you about the class as a whole?
The character. I mean, if you remember the last signing day about the GPAs, over half this group is a 3-point or higher. And when you combine that with how good of players and how good of athletes they are, I think that really says a lot. And, that's how we win here at Auburn, with talent, character, togetherness, team, and really feel like, that's what we signed. We worked extremely hard to do that. And, a lot of these guys, our coaches develop long-term relationships, not just a couple months, but years. And so real excited about this group. And really, I feel like we met our needs, too. I mean, we need the offensive line, the defensive line, obviously that stands out. But we also got some playmakers on both sides in the secondary and some very athletic guys. And then, you heard me say a lot, this guy played basketball, big-time basketball player, too. And a lot of times the athleticism, especially with big guys, really means something.
You mentioned possible grad transfers, offensive tackle, corner. What's the situation at punt?
We are in the we're looking for one also, and we feel like we've got a real good plan already. I'm not ready to sit here and say what that is, but we have thought through that very extensively. Losing Sippos obviously was a big surprise towards the end, but we've got a plan, and probably better off to say that at a later date.
Gus, as far as Brandon Frazier goes, he had a relationship with Chad this year now. He's an elite pass-catching tight end.
Yeah.
Does this represent kind of a change for what you guys are going to be doing offensively?
Yeah, so I know it's been, a lot of people, a lot of our fan base say, when are we going to throw the tight end? Well, it's here. So the frustration of the not throwing the tight end enough, I think we got two guys that can really help change it, and the guys we got. And then really, if you look at what Coach Morris did the last 2 years, I think they targeted the tight end either the most or second most in all of college football. And so that's really a big priority for Coach Morris, and Brandon knows that too. So I think the closest thing, physically, C.J. Uzama is close to that size. He may be a little bigger, at this point and all that, but he's got great range. And of course, J.J. coming, he provides a different aspect too. And both of them are big-time basketball players, and both of them are big, strong guys, and have those NFL-type bodies. So. You'll definitely see more targets to the tight end than what we've seen in recent history, with Chad, run the offense.
How do you feel about the running back group without Ubi, and you expect this to be a pretty good competition?
Yeah, I think that's a position that we're very deep and we're very young and talented, and so we feel very good about the guys that we have, and to fit into what Coach Morris wants to do. The thing that you'll see him doing a little bit more than what we've done is get our backs out of the backfield, matching them up on linebackers and all that, and the pass catch and everything that goes with that. So that'll be an emphasis of his in the spring also, but that is a position that we have a lot of depth. We have a lot of very talented young men too.
What is Mark Anthony's situation right now? Is he close to 100%?
Yeah, I think he's close. Talked to Coach Russell the other day. He's back in the mix with the regular group and everything that goes with that. And obviously we recruited him. I mean, we recruited him for almost 3 years, and really just think he's very versatile. He's got receiver skills. He's gotten bigger. And, he's got great quickness too. So very excited to see what he can do, once we get to spring.
He'll be 100% for spring.
Well, we think so. Yeah, we feel like right now, everybody that we were expected to go through spring should go through at this point.
Killian looked like he was walking pretty well the other day. Obviously, appears that rehab's going well. What's the plan for him?
Yeah, it is going well. We're really hoping that we get him back rolling really good in summer. That's really our plan. And then, of course, the goal is by fall camp, him being turned loose and ready to go. He won't be able to participate during spring, but he's a smart young man too, and he'll get a chance to really understand what we're doing, but really hoping once we get to the summer, he'll be cleared to do some things, and then fall camp, we're hoping that he'll get a chance to be cleared totally to play.
Who do you think will start off working left tackle?
I'm not ready to say that right now. We're going to let Chad evaluate everything that we did last year, and then of course we'll have our fist drills and everything that goes with it here in February, and then he'll put the pieces of the puzzle, as we get closer to spring.
Gus, you still got a spot on your staff to fill at this point?
Yeah.
What's your timeline? Are you thinking cornerbacks coach?
Really, we're going to wait until after today. That was my whole goal to begin with, and then of course we're hoping in the next few days that we can get that wrapped up. I'm not in a huge hurry, but by the time we get back, we're going to let our staff off for a little extended time. It's been a long grind. We had that bowl game and we didn't have much time in between like we normally do. Came back, and then last year we learned a lesson. It seemed like every weekend during the spring was official visits, and so I just want to make sure our staff's done a very good job recruiting and the year. So we're going to give them extended time off and come back refreshed here next week, at the end of next week, and be ready to go.
Gus, you said SEC media days that giving up play calling was a mistake. What makes you so certain of that?
Well, I just hired, in my opinion, the best offensive coordinator in college football, and you get an opportunity to hire a guy like Chad Morris, and so I love calling plays. I've said that numerous times, but when you got a chance to hire Chad Morris, he's not just good; he's special good, in my opinion, and I'm so excited he's here, and he's already brought so much just positive energy. Our players, they're very excited. I'm very excited, and so looking forward to have him run our offense, and I'm really hoping it's for a long time. And like I've said before, me and him have talked about this day, about us coaching together for a long time, and so when things went down like they did his previous job, it worked out super. So very excited about Chad.
Gus, what will your role kind of be in game planning and all those things?
Yeah, really what I'm planning on doing is probably spending a little bit more of my time in special teams, as far as that goes. But more than anything, just the one-on-one relationships with our players, and, being more of a part of everything, just making sure that from a head coach's standpoint, and doing the things that, a lot of head coaches in our league that don't call plays are able to do. But I think the big thing for me is just the focus for me is more one-on-one time with individual players, and that's really what I'm looking forward to the most. And but like I said, I think right now, if I look at it from a big picture standpoint, I really feel like we got the best two coordinators in our league. And obviously with Kevin and what he's done the last 4 years, top 20 in scoring. I think there's only other teams in the country that have done that, in the stability. And of course, he just signed a 3-year deal, which is very well deserved, and I'm very excited to have him as our defensive coordinator. If you look, this will be his 5th year. Look around the league, see how many other defensive coordinators, what year it is. So the stability there. And then you get a guy like Chad Morris that's going to take our offense, I really believe, the next level. And so right now, it's a very exciting time for me. I've been around here a long time. I've been fortunate enough to be here when we've won big, and I know what it feels like, and it feels real good right now. And so just that positive energy that you have with excitement of not just the staff but with players, and we lost some good players. I think everybody knows that. We lost some big time players, but our team and everything that goes with it, we're fairly young, but I really like the chemistry we have right now, and I like the excitement. So I'm really looking forward to going this spring.
The plan for Deshaun Sheffield this spring?
What's that?
What's your plan for Deshaun?
Yeah, we're still working through that. I'm not ready to tell you today, but he's a flexible guy. He's a flexible guy that could play a lot of different positions. So as it gets closer to spring, I'll be a little bit more idea of exactly what we're going to do for sure.
You've got to replace 4 guys on the offensive line, 4 starters.
Yeah.
What do you think about that group who are all going to be competing
Yeah. Well, there's going to be some good competition. You know, there's some young guys coming in last year that redshirted that we think are going to be really good players. We have those veteran guys have been our twos the last 2 years. They've gotten a lot of quality reps in practice and all that. They're going to have a chance. Then obviously we've got the 2 junior college guys coming in. So I think there's going to be some good competition. I think it's really good timing to have a new line coach, a new coordinator, and you know, see who wins the job. But I think competition will be a big key, and really looking forward to see how all that, you know, lines out.
How big of a spring do you think it will be for Alex Jackson?
I think it'll be a very good big spring, and you know, you can see that, and not just him, but some of those guys have been behind the 2 and 3 year starters. You know, even in bowl practice, you've kind of seen more urgency. He's one of those guys, and you know, he's an athletic guy, and so really looking forward to seeing what he can do. But he's not the only one. I mean, there's, I'd say the rest of them, you can see the urgency, which that's normal. That should happen, and so far it has. But we'll see once we get in the spring.
Talking about Chad taking kind of things to another level, where do you think he can make the most difference in kind of transforming the offense?
You know, I think more than anything is just a fresh start, fresh eyes. You know, we're from the same family, the foundation, but you know, he's different. And I know him and Bo have already spent, you know, a lot of time together and Cord and all that, and just talking about the new things that we're going to do. I know our receivers are excited about it, and you know, I'd say there's a good chance we could throw it a little bit more than what we did last year, and you know, build around Bo's strengths and all that. But I just, you know, I think more than anything, it's just the newness, fresh eyes, fresh start, and a guy that has been ultra successful, you know, doing it.
With the running backs now in that situation, do you tell Tank and do you tell Mark Anthony, guys that haven't played college ball, hey, you could be our starter if you come in and work hard?
Well, there's open competition at every position, and like I said, the good thing is we have really talented young guys, and even the guys that are coming back that you didn't mention. You know, we're going to put the best out there. You know, the thing about it, I mean, you know, we've had really good success with freshman quarterbacks in the past. I mean, running backs in the past. I think Michael Dyer was MVP of the national championship game in 2010. So, you know, whoever wins the job. But the good thing is we have very talented guys at that position, and for the most part, all of them are pretty versatile. You know, not just runners, but good protectors and can catch the ball in the backfield. And you know, I know just talking to Chad, you know, that's what he really likes to do. And really, if you look at our league, that's kind of where our league's going. You know, if you look at some of the teams from this past year, kind of what they were doing. So, but the good thing is we've got a lot of really good players at that position.
Did this season at all open your eyes a little bit to like what LSU's doing now, and obviously what Oklahoma's been doing the last few years in the passing game?
Well, you know, when you talk about our league, I mean, what LSU did, I mean, it's one of the best offenses, I guess they're saying, in college football. It's very impressive. And you look at what Alabama did this past year with the receivers spreading everything out. And so, you know, if you really look at our league, it's, you know, if you look over a long period of time, and I've been fortunate enough to be in a long time, I mean, you know, we were spreading it out way back when, and there wasn't a whole lot of people now spreading it out. And so, you know, you see the trends going. And I think more than anything that, you know, it's coaching, there's a lot of copycatting going on, you know, and so you see teams that are very successful doing the things like LSU did. You got to assume there's going to be quite a few more other teams, and we're thinking more defensively and offensively. We're going to do our own thing, and Chad will have his own ideas. But you know, when I think of that, you just got to assume that our defense will see more teams spreading it out, like you were saying. So, but offensively, you know, Chad's going to do what he does, and you know, I feel really good about his direction.
Is it crucial moving forward to have a 1,000-yard running back? I mean, you haven't had one in 2 years, but with the way things are transitioning.
You know, you look. I think the best way to answer that is you look at our league over a long period of time, and you know, the teams that win championships or have a chance to win the whole thing, they usually have 1,000-yard rushers. So that's probably the best way to answer that. All right, thank you all.